Okay, guys, so I want to talk a little bit about and introduce to you our coordinate plane here. And I'm going to talk about some important things that we need to know when we're looking at the coordinate plane. The first two things that we need to talk about are our axes. And these axes are what create the graph itself. And I have the x-axis here. So this is our x-axis going side to side. And this is a horizontal number line. I have my positive numbers over here. I have negative numbers over here, and this is a number line like you're kind of used to seeing it, okay? The second line that makes up our graph is our y-axis, and the y-axis goes up and down, so I'm going to label it down here. The y-axis is our vertical number line. In a vertical number line, we have positive on the top, and it goes down to negative. So think like a thermometer would be a good example of a vertical number line where I have positive numbers at the top and it goes down to our negative numbers. So these two axes are what create the coordinate graph. Now if you notice, they meet right here at the center, and this is our most important point on the graph. This is point 0, 0, which is also known as the origin. This is kind of the center point, and this is our start. So when we're writing points and talking about plotting points, we always want to tell them relative to the origin is what we're talking about. So this guy, super important here in the middle. Okay. Now, if you look at our graph, you notice that our two axes, when they cross, they create four different sections, right? I have one here, 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 and here. These are our four quadrants, and so we number these. We have quadrant 1 in the top right. This quadrant, all numbers will have a positive x and a positive y. Then we have quadrant 2 right here to the left, and all of these numbers will have a negative x and a positive y. I have quadrant 3 underneath that, which is our double negative with negative x, negative y. And then I have quadrant 4, let me get the v in there, which will be a positive x, negative y. So those are our four quadrants, and it's handy to know those just because we want to know kind of the area of the graph that we're talking about when we're plotting points. And a helpful way to do this is if I put my starting in quadrant 1, if I make a C and I go around, that'll help me remember I go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. And why a C? Because this is also known as the Cartesian plane, our fancy word for a coordinate graph. So we haven't talked about graphing points. That'll be for another time. I just wanted to introduce the coordinate graph or the Cartesian plane to you guys so you could see what it looks like and get to know it a little bit to kind of help you understand how to graph points later.